Now that you have a better idea of what you'll be making, we can finally put together a proof of concept and get started with prototyping. In this video, I'll walk you through the components that you need to include in your proof of concept and show you how to enter them into your innovator's log. More after this. Now, we've done proofs of concept before in iDesign. Remember this? We're basically going to recreate this in our notebook, but it's going to look a tad different from what we've done in the past. For starters, we're going to draw our sketches out on graphing paper so that we can be more precise with our measurements. Additionally, we're going to go a little out of our normal order. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you open your innovator's log to where we last used it, you should be at the journey map. You're going to title the next clean page here, Summary of Brainstorming. And over on this side, we're going to column this into two different columns. On the left-hand side, we're going to detail all of our ideas. And on the right-hand side, we're going to identify any notable features of those ideas that might make their way into the final proof of concept. For each entry, you need to give a title to each of your ideas and a one-sentence description of what that idea was. Again, on the right-hand side, you're going to identify any notable features. And if you want to sketch any of the ideas so that way they're easier to see, you can do that anywhere on this page. I'm going to recommend you take as many pages for this section as you need. It's important that you catalog all of your ideas because they might eventually be needed to prove where you came up with your ideas should you ever choose to go for a patent. On the next clean page, we're going to insert your patent search results, or closest known prior art. That's what I titled this page here. You need to save one page for each page in the Google Doc that you submitted in Classroom, and we're just going to tape them in so that way you can easily open all of them later on. After that, we're going to do, if I can flip the page, we're going to create our proof of concept. So this is like that chart that we've seen before, we're just now putting it into our notebooks. On the first one, we're going to have proof of concept explained. This is where all of my wording is going to appear, and you can use additional pages if you need to. But on this page, I'm going to include my title. I'm going to include an explanation of my concept, a few sentences here. Down here, I'm going to describe how it would work. This is where I'm going to include all of my technical details of how I would make this idea work. And at the very bottom, I'm going to have you put a sentence or two that describes how this concept satisfies your end user needs that you identified in both your how might I statement and the end user persona. Once you've detailed all of that, then you're going to work on your proof of concept artwork. In this section, you're going to do a detailed 3D design to scale of your proof of concept, of the idea that it is that you're working on now. You need to make sure that you include all of your detailed measurements on here. I have a key, so that's why we use the grid paper. It should make it easier for you guys to do. This is kind of sloppy, so it should look cleaner than this. But you're going to sketch out all your ideas and make sure that you label any notable features. The more detail you include in your design, the better off you'll be at a patent application. So I recommend you really take your time on this before we jump into prototyping. Once you've finished your proof of concept, you're good to start prototyping. Before you do, check out the Getting Started with Prototyping video. That's it for now. See you next time.